Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one massive question. What exactly is Circle, and specifically USDC, in the year 2026? We're going to unpack the ultimate architectural blueprint of the modern internet's financial system. So think of this not just as, a simple digital currency, but as a full walkthrough of the foundational operating system that's literally powering global finance right now.
$92.6 trillion, right? Let that sink in for a second. To put that staggering scale into perspective, that approaches the annual GDP of the entire planet. That is the all-time cumulative transaction volume of USDC. It immediately proves we're not talking about some niche experiment or hypothetical future anymore. We're looking at massive, proven global utility.
And this immense scale, it's supported by a massive global infrastructure. It's not just the $72.3 billion in active circulation, or even that mind-blowing 108% yearly growth rate driving this forward. The real foundation of this network is its reach. It's deeply integrated with over 1,000 institutional partners and operates natively across 35 different blockchains.
Here's our blueprint for today. First, we'll look at the internet financial system. Then, trust, reserves, and regulation. After that, bridging blockchains with CCTP. Fourth, AI and programmable money. And finally, the future of global finance. Let's jump right into part one, the internet financial system and how we're building the on-ramps. So how does money actually cross over from the old worlds to the new without a ton of friction? Well, step one starts with a traditional legacy wire transfer, moving standard fiat currency. In step two, those funds get secured as a reserve deposit in a regulated bank. Then the real magic happens in step three, instant on-chain minting. This is the exact moment traditional money transforms into programmable internet money. An exact equivalent of USDC is created, unlocking step 4, 24/7 global liquidity that settles in seconds. Finally, step 5 is the exit, redemption and burn, where the USDC is destroyed and the fiat is returned seamlessly to the bank account.
If you trace this journey through the infinity loop, on the left side, in blue, traditional legacy wires take, 1 to 3 business days? It's undeniably sluggish. But follow the loop to the right, into the green, on-chain utility side. Once that reserve is deposited in the vault, the on-chain minting and 24/7 liquidity provide near-instant global settlement. It's continuous, it literally never sleeps, and it beautifully bridges the gap between old and new.
Moving on to part two, trust, reserves, and regulation. This is the unshakable foundation. Taking a completely neutral look at the landscape here, the structural choices defining modern digital currencies are actually quite stark. Up at the top, USDC is backed securely by actual cash and US Treasuries, issued by a regulated US entity under the Genius Act and EU MiCA frameworks. Now, contrast that with USDS, which relies on volatile, over-collateralized crypto assets or algorithmic models like the collapsed UST, which relied on complex math rather than real-world backing assets. At the end of the day, the structural foundation dictates survival.
So what exactly makes USDC trustworthy as a financial operating system in 2026? Well, the Reserve Vault holds $72.5 billion in cash and short-dated US Treasuries, fully matching the circulation dollar for dollar. It's managed by BlackRock, custodied by BNY Mellon, and critically, it's audited monthly by Deloitte. On the regulatory front, it operates under strict, transparent compliance with the US Genius Act and the European Union's MiCA framework. It's a fully onshore, fully transparent model.
All right, let's look at part three, bridging blockchains with CCTP, or the technological rails. Now that we have a perfectly trusted digital dollar, the next logical question is, how does it move fluidly across a highly fragmented internet? Historically, moving tokens between different blockchains required wrapped bridges. Think of these like leaving your money in a centralized toll booth, which unfortunately became massive honeypots, notorious for being hacked. Enter the Cross-Chain Transfer Protocol, or CCTP. It replaces that old system entirely, offering native mobility across 35 different blockchains without those dangerous legacy vulnerabilities. Instead of locking up funds in those vulnerable toll booths, CCTP acts a lot more like digital teleportation. It uses a highly secure burn and mint mechanism. The token is permanently burned, meaning completely destroyed on the source chain. Almost instantly, a brand new, exact equivalent token is minted on the destination chain. Because the funds are never just sitting in a central pool waiting to be targeted by hackers, this mechanism inherently destroys the security flaws of old bridge hacks. It really is a massive technological leap. Let's step up to part 4, AI and programmable money, the penthouse apex.
We're now looking at a tech stack that literally turns the US dollar into functional software. Built directly on top of the base smart contract, developers can embed programmable wallets into absolutely any application. And the Paymaster feature? That is a total game changer. It allows for gasless transactions. That means users can pay their network fees directly in USDC, completely removing the headache of needing to buy some separate obscure crypto token just to make an app function.
When we ask the question, what is Circle and USDC in 2026? This cohesive architecture right here is the final answer. Layer 1 anchors the value with fiat reserves and transparent audits. Layer 2 uses CCTP to seamlessly move that value across 35 blockchains. And Layer 3 delivers the real-world utility, global payments, dollar access, and the agent stack. Put it all together, and this isn't just a token. It's a complete software operating system for global commerce.
Just think about the real-world implications of this for a second. To quote the source material directly, these agents can now execute independent micropayments instantly, completely bypassing traditional banking friction. Just let that sink in. We are literally talking about autonomous AI agents holding their own digital wallets. Imagine an AI autonomously negotiating and paying for its own server space in real time, instantly settling micropayments with other AIs at the absolute speed of the internet. It is truly awe-inspiring.
Which brings us to our final section, the future of global finance.
By combining the uncompromising trust of regulated treasury reserves under the Genius Act with the borderless freedom of smart contracts, Circle has fundamentally rewritten the rules. USDC has officially transformed the US dollar from a localized fiat currency into the native, programmable currency of the modern internet. It perfectly bridges the gap between traditional reliability and futuristic autonomy.
So I want to leave you with a question to chew on today. How will autonomous, programmable money change the way your specific industry operates? When AI agents can settle microtransactions instantly and globally without any banking friction, the possibilities are virtually limitless. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the 2026 digital dollar blueprint. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.